is Friday, March 29th, and for those of you in the U.S., it should be Thursday, March 28th. Hopefully, I got the time thing right, and it's 8 p.m. Eastern.
Greetings, greetings, greetings.
Yes, we've had a really busy week, and we have another really busy week coming up. Since this is an update, I think is there anything else you want to talk about other than like updating? Because we are literally waiting for people to join.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, lead off. Whatever you want to start with.
This is what I have.
Okay.
Okay, so leading up to this week, we had 3 sea days. Oh, so the last time I posted was on Bali in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And after Bali, we had 3 sea days. And I think it took me that long just to put get the Bali video together. Well, I guess I did Lombok too, but
yeah,
there was so much beautiful stuff. Just picking what I wanted to put in the video was really tough.
Yes,
And because
yes, it was.
because so much was awesome, I had so much footage to kind of sift through.
Yep, yep.
And then we were in Manila, Philippines. So we got to go to a church there, and then there was another church that we skipped out on. And then we went to a fort.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was an old Spanish fort from the 1700s. I think it was. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It was neat seeing the old ramparts and old parts of the buildings, the old barracks. It was cool.
Yep. And then the Mall of Asia, which was way overstimulation for me. It was so crowded and so crazy, and so hard to get around.
Oh my gosh. There was one store I wanted to find. Only store I wanted to find was an Oakley store to get replacement lenses for a pair of glasses I've had for a while. And we first of all, we searched for the kiosk that shows you are here, you know, in the map. And of course, they're all electronic now. So we found 2 or 3
that were not working.
Not working at all. Then we finally found one. And
we had to wait in line. There were 2 or 3 people in front of us.
And punched in for the Oakley store, and it says, "Oh yeah, it's right here. Here's how to get to it." 3 screens. And we had to go outside of the mall, around the corner into another building.
We're talking about the Mall of Asia in Manila.
Mall of Asia, yes.
Oh, so
huge, too big.
He's him high. I'm gonna scroll back through here and say hi to, like, there's a whole bunch of people on here, and then I miss saying hello. So wow.
Yeah. Hello everybody again.
I got Hilda, Martha, Danny, Lillian, Starfish, Georgia, William, Lamatic, Man, Sao, Nautica, Donna, Missy Dixon, Doxy, Lady Val.
Katie's here.
Hey,
Hi, Katie.
And Desi. Okay, that might be Stella, Cheryl, Nana, user Aunt B, another user Patricia, Karen, Pamela, Benny, Bonnie, Gracie, Janet, Astro.
Astro.
Astro. Royalty, Nikki, Blue. What looks like I don't know if that's Blue or Bluey. Alex,
Bluey 23.
Stephanie, Jenny, Tina, Pope, Charity, Lori. I missed it. Oh, I messed it up. Okay.
Hilda's here. She's been here before, right?
Yep. Well, she was at the beginning. I saw her.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry if I missed you. I think it looks like I'm not sure if
let's see.
That's already started. Okay. Except for Oahu, yeah. So
okay. Well, he said we were originally talking about the Mall of Asia,
right,
which is in Manila, in the Philippines, and it's billed as the largest in the world, largest mall in the world.
Certainly the largest mall in Asia, which in itself is unprecedented. It might be the world. I don't remember that.
I think from its original size of one block, basically, where all the streets go around, it's been expanded to several different buildings on different blocks, and you can't get from one to the other without going outside. In some instances, like we were trying to find the Oakley store, and
right. And there are roads that kind of intersect with it, so...
Yeah, so you got to cross roads within the mall, basically. You're outside and the traffic's going by, and...
So, it was just kind of overwhelming and crazy.
Yeah, no. no.
And really busy. Well,
Yeah. Well, it was Sunday.
It was Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday.
It was Palm Sunday that we were there.
Yep. And they're going to the Mall of Asia is a family event, even on weekends, regular Sundays.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so after Manila, like said, very overwhelming. So we were gonna do a down day in Subic Bay in the Philippines. So we kind of talked about it beforehand. We looked at some of the excursions that were available, and then so I have a lot of former coworkers who live in the Philippines, and somebody had sent me a message. Hey, you know, one of your former coworkers lives in Subic Bay, and he's got a taxi license, so official taxi driver.
Yeah.
And she sent me a photocopy of his card, so I put that up on one of the Facebook groups because I knew somebody would need his services. And I started communicating with one person, and we were planning on staying inside, so we hadn't gone outside. And at one point she stopped communicating with me, and I'm assuming, I don't know, I haven't followed up with her, but when she went outside, there were already official taxis there to take people around. So she probably made a deal with one of those. Well, in the meantime, I had talked to him directly and told him to come to the port. And I didn't want, I know how it is at the port sometimes, you know, sometimes there's like all the taxis are taken because everybody wants to go somewhere. And sometimes they sit there all day. And I was like, okay, this is my friend. I cannot do this. We're going off the ship. We weren't really expecting much in Subic Bay either, you know, being a former
Navy
US
base.
Navy base.
Air Force presence too, but
right.
Yeah, but being a former, and it was actually, I think, the largest port in the U.S. for the U.S. in the Pacific
at one time. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, really glad we decided to get off the ship. I mean, don't get me wrong, I needed a nap that day, but we had so much fun.
A friend of ours went with us.
Right. So a friend of ours from the ship went with us.
Another one of the Steves.
Another one of the Steves. Billy was our friend's name.
Yep.
So for one, it was just a surprise that we got to see Billy, because I before the text message exchange that morning, I didn't know he lived there. We had a really good time just hanging out with him, but he took us to some really cool stuff. We saw a Spanish Gate.
Yeah.
We saw stuff that I don't think other people got to see. There was a volunteer memorial. So when the U.S.
left the base, turned it back over to the Philippines.
Right. They didn't have any program or system set up to do all of the maintenance and take care of everything and keep everything running. So there were thousands and thousands of volunteers that came in and worked for free to keep the base running.
Because they knew the value of it.
Right. And then we went around, there were some places like the Subic Bay, Zoobic Bay, or
that was
Subic Safari, Subic
Subic
Safari. And then some outdoor adventures. So we didn't go to those because we didn't have enough time, because we didn't get out early enough.
We did go by the water adventure, but we stayed outside.
Right.
And it's beautiful, beautiful scenery.
Sorry, I just kicked my tripod. Sorry for the shaking. But it was the jungle areas were so incredibly beautiful. Like I had no idea.
We got to see some monkeys on the road. They were up and down the road. We actually stopped to take some pictures of them, and I was in the back seat of the car. And I was taking pictures of a couple of them. Then I looked down, and the male, it was a female and a baby, I think it was, we were looking at. Then I realized that the male had come down below the windowsill. And then there were fairly small monkeys. I can't remember what. I
don't know
what breed they were. Anyway, and I looked down, and I realized he's looking at me, and I got the window down. And I'm like, oh, no, we'll roll up the window, because it wouldn't take that long. He would have jumped up in there. Then the fight would start.
No, we're not fighting with monkeys.
No, I don't want to fight with monkeys either, because I would come out on the wrong end.
Right,
the little things are, they're fast. They're fairly strong for their size too.
So we also got to see fruit bats.
Fruit bats, we did.
That was really cool. I can't wait to put that video together.
Yeah.
I haven't done Manila or Subic Bay yet. I will maybe try to do that today. Okay. We'll see what we have time for. Yeah. Okay, so after that, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
We did take a down day the first day. We were in Hong Kong for 2 days. And by the way, like, we're yammering because there's no questions coming in, and it's awesome that so many people are joining. By the way,
welcome.
Welcome to everybody who's just coming in. We're talking about where we've been the last couple of days, and later on we're going to talk about where we're going next.
Katie, Kelly Williams. Yes, they do
bite.
bite. They do bite, and they have some claws to an extent. And they do scratch too. So
yeah, I don't mess around with wild animals.
I wouldn't have. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have turned out too well. I know that.
Even though, I mean, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys have questions, so new ticker talkers cruise hired when they on? No, as far as I know, they haven't. Erica America is here,
yeah.
But she was already employed by Royal Caribbean. She got on in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Hong Kong was actually pretty neat.
And I got to meet her actually
very
briefly yesterday, so she seems really nice. Hong Kong looked amazing, not what I thought it would be like. So I'm not sure that I had an impression of Hong Kong before we got here. Did you?
Not really, just videos I've seen, and they, of course, how movies portray a lot of times. Right. But I was very impressed.
I don't think I had any expectations other than big city.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized how big of a city it was.
Yep.
Like, and especially because some of the way it's set up. So when we come into a port, sometimes we only see what's on the coastline, and there might be, a hill on the other side where that city just goes on and on forever. But in Hong Kong, everything's around the ocean. So we were literally surrounded, like completely 360 degrees surrounded by, skyscrapers and beautiful lights. So
and where the cruise terminal is, they've actually, the old runway for the old airport, they converted it now, since they had the big international airport. They've converted it to the cruise terminal, and they're building apartment building after apartment building. I mean, there was at least a dozen under construction
in that
just in that one little area that we walked, and it's just unreal how much is there. Just on, and it's there again. They built this extension, this little peninsula out to make the runway, so it sticks out into the water. So there's water on both sides of it.
You gonna talk about the garden?
Yeah. We.
I'll get to that, Katie, in just a second.
There was it was a sky garden, they called it, and it was an elevated walkway, and of course they got the road running underneath it for access to all those buildings and out to the port terminal. But it's elevated, and again, we got lots of pictures of that. It's elevated, and it's just laid out, and it's supposed to have an aeronautical design.
Aviation
design, excuse me. And the runway numbers on each end, one was 130 or 310.
Yeah, 310 and 130.
310 and 130.
315 and 130.
315 and 130, yeah. So on one end of this they have 31, and on the other end they have 13 for representing the ends of the runway.
Where the original was, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just really neat. They had a lot of little nature, green areas on there. It's really pretty neat.
And a lot of the design elements were reminiscent of, they were aviation themed, I guess. Yeah. So that was really cool. So, serious question, I don't know who Panda Guy is, so I'm going to say no. Katie, no sightings of the Chinese Navy, thankfully.
Not yet. Not yet. But Hong Kong, I don't know if you're really familiar with it. I never really was.
Really easy metro system to get around in.
Yeah.
Not every city's metro system is easy to use. But go ahead, sorry.
No, the area that Hong Kong actually sits in, I always thought it was separate and there's a part of Hong Kong that's the island, Hong Kong Island. But part of that area that was designated for Hong Kong was also on the mainland. So where the old airport, where the cruise terminal is now, is on the mainland side.
That's cool.
So we were actually on the continent of China, or not continent of China, but the country of China at that point. But the island being separate, which I think was the old part of Hong Kong that they developed originally, because it was separate from there. I don't know really, but
I'm not qualified to speak on this. I don't know enough about it.
This is just observations. Like I said, I haven't really delved into the history and how it developed.
Okay, so we're
yeah, I'm going
he's
down
rambling about
I'm going
stuff.
down a trail. Sorry about that.
Okay, so yesterday we didn't have any excursions planned, but we there was a free shuttle to in Hong Kong from the port facility. There was a free shuttle to the APM mall. We didn't really stay there, but there was a garden that we needed to get on the metro system to get to the Nan Lian Garden.
Okay. Beautiful.
That was amazing. I just literally walked around looking up at everything with my mouth hanging open the entire time.
Yeah.
There's a guy who wears a panda head to the MDR. I have not seen that yet. No, that is not us.
We didn't see it.
I haven't seen that yet. That's
no.
That's funny. Anyway, so between the garden, and then we went to I can't remember the name of the temple. I have it on a brochure somewhere.
Yeah, beautiful ancient temple. People are still flocking to it for doing their prayers.
Super crowded.
Wow. But truly amazing, truly amazing.
And then I want to tell an abridged version of this story. So we went. There was a temple mall right next door. We had
have the temple and then the temple mall next to it.
Right. So we stopped there to get lunch. We had gone up a couple floors because we were looking for some specific stuff at the mall, and we were apparently very funny people to have lunch around because they brought us forks, which was really nice. We didn't ask because I assumed they wouldn't have any.
If I may interject. So our friend Steve, who was with us in Subic Bay, was also with us yesterday during this wonderful little trip that we took. That's all it was. Just
okay. So
right.
So it wasn't just the two of us. Anyway, it was hilarious. We didn't know there was a big bowl we didn't know what to do with. We had this conversation with some folks who also had lunch in similar experiences, but they did something different with the bowl than what we saw at the other tables.
Just multi-purpose, I'm guessing.
And it was just the couple next to us was very nice. They spoke a little bit of English and did try to explain stuff to us and were laughing at us, but it was so sea day today. I'm gonna try and get caught up with some videos, rest a little bit, and then tomorrow is Taipei, Taiwan.
Yes.
And we are doing, this is a Crown and Anchor Society event. So this is called Reach New Heights in Taiwan. And did you see any of the background of this? I don't actually know what this is.
No, actually there's supposed to be a thing today.
Oh, a meeting. Okay. Oh, a destination talk. Okay, so they do destination talks the day before. It's in one of Christian Hull's videos. Okay, I will take a look for that. So that's what we're doing tomorrow, and that's going to be with a fairly large group. Since it's a Crown and Anchor Society event, it's going to be with a fairly large group.
Yep.
And then, so that is March 30th. And then for March 31st, we are in Ishigaki, Japan. And this looks like we don't have an excursion planned there.
No, we don't.
And then after that, it's Okinawa, Japan. That's April 1st. We have a panoramic Okinawa one. Now, normally, sometimes these are just you sit on a bus for hours. So I'm gonna take a look at the details on that and see if we really want to do that. And then one sea day and after Okinawa, and then we are in Busan, South Korea, April 3rd. And this one we have a temple excursion plan.
Yeah, temple by the sea.
Right. So excited about that. And then after that, it's a few days after that.
Yeah.
So we have 2 stops in South Korea. We don't have anything planned for the second one. We have a couple of sea days, and then we are in Beijing. So that is the start of the Great Wall of China, and we are super excited about that one.
Yes. Yes.
So, is that one overnight? I think that one's overnight.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's like 11 hours, but it's not overnight.
Okay. So that is the big news. So after that, we've got, coming up in the next couple of days. So 2 days from now, I haven't done the, video for it yet or scheduled it yet. But the next live is going to be 2 days from now on the book Outlive by Dr. Peter Attia, and we are going to do that also at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be our Sunday morning, your Saturday evening. And Renee will be with me back for that one. So Katie, if you're still on, how are you doing? We haven't, it's been a week since I've heard from you. I hope everything's going okay. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Vintage Melinda, Dry Bones, Appy Hawes, Angelica, Goldilocks, JJ. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
A lot of people joining all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Christine, Cheryl.
Welcome.
Katie's doing fine, good.
Fine.
Anything you want to hear? Anything else you want to hear about Katie? Hi, Greta. Thank you for the
I'm
likes.
not good virtual.
No,
we don't judge here.
No, not at all.
Normally when I'm texting, I'll sit there and I'm trying to respond to a friend, and then you see the little bubbles pop up that they're typing, and I'm
Thanks
trying
for
to
the
beat
love,
them.
Greta. I really appreciate
trying
that.
to beat them, and I'm not fast.
Hi, Christina.
Let's see.
Okay, so
Greta, yeah, welcome everyone. This is just.
Would
fantastic.
you do this again? Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
Cheryl. We would. It's
Yeah.
crazy news here this week.
Yeah.
The Baltimore. Oh, I know. We've been watching it on the
Yes.
news. It's
Yes.
just horrific.
Yes.
So
Yes. So there's ships that are stranded within that part of Baltimore Harbor, which to me they just can't get out. It's not like they're stranded and or listless or anything, but yeah, they just can't get out.
I saw. So if anybody can update me, because I saw a headline this morning. So the last news we heard yesterday was that 6 people were missing and presumed dead. And so I heard a headline today that either 1 or 2 of those workers were rescued, but I didn't have time because I was prepping for this. I didn't have time to read the article yet. So if anybody can update me on that, I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
So another interesting thing about Hong Kong, we were having this conversation, me and the 2 Steves.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation when we were kind of just going through.
That's me and another Steve, not me with 2 personalities. Don't worry.
A lot of Japanese ports you can DIY. I lived there for many. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to do, and having good public transportation makes that really easy.
Yeah, we've been on Okinawa once, but that was just a quick overnight.
Yeah, and that was. He can tell that story some other time.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were talking about I can be both a city person and a country person. I feel comfortable in both locations. I do like living in a city, and after we'd spent half a day there, I was like, I could probably live here. Hi, JJ. Nice to see you. They found 2 of the construction workers inside their truck underwater. Awesome. So I'm assuming that means
underwater.
Does that mean they were in an air pocket?
I
read rescued.
That would be great. Alive. Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Okay. 2 were found alive.
2 were found alive and have been confirmed dead.
Okay, so I'm.
Oh, maybe they didn't make it past their injuries.
Just trying. Did you talk about nearly hitting the other ship? No.
Oh no, not
we
yet.
Have not,
we didn't get to that.
We have not talked about that.
That was our. Last night. Yeah.
Oh.
2 men found alive.
Okay.
Have been, okay.
Well, I'll look at that later.
Yeah. Thanks, Katie.
It's a ship planning excursion to the Great Wall for the 9 months.
Yes,
we are doing a Great Wall trip. Not everybody, obviously, but yeah.
So last night we did our sail away from Hong Kong, and when we first pulled away from the dock, the ship turned back to the west, and we started cruising through. They were doing their light show on the buildings. It was really fantastic. I think it was one of the best sailaways we've had, if not the best. And then we went past 2 different bridges. We didn't go under any bridges, but we went past them. Then came back around from the west. We came around the south side of the Hong Kong island and was cruising out that way. And we had finished dinner. We're talking with friends in the Windjammer, which is in the back of the ship.
Right.
And
the shuddering.
It shuddered real quick for a few seconds. And then next thing we know, we feel the boat pitching from a hard turn. And then back again, it was really, it's like, what the was that, And so from what we hear, it sloshed all the water out of the pool. A large portion of the water out of the pool.
So the other scary part that he just left out of the story, in addition to the complete, thank you, Katie, I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 alive, 2 dead, 2 still missing. Okay,
gotcha.
So
thanks.
The shuddering, and we're leaning in our chairs, and because
then
we're
it
leaning,
snapped back.
right? But we're right next to a bar.
Yes.
And the door to the bar, or to the back of the bar, swung open really wide. And one of the workers who was off duty was walking by it at the same time.
Now this was inside behind the bar.
Inside behind the door.
Not outside.
So not in front of all of us people,
Yeah.
but swung open, and then whatever, they had some shelf with wine, like completely stacked with wine, because there was a ton of, like, we could see everything falling. We couldn't
Yeah.
see what was falling, but all of a sudden just red coating the floor. And I was like, that better be wine.
Yeah.
That was really horrific.
Yeah. It was just, I was sitting back far enough I could see it. It was just a cascade, like a row after row was just.
Right, and it wasn't just like one big crash. It was crash after
continued,
crash
yeah.
after crash after crash. And we're all just kind of like, what the hell just happened?
And first thing I thought was an evasive maneuver.
Right. And the second thing I thought was, I don't want to be here right now. I want to get out of the Windjammer. So as we were walking out of the Windjammer, glass, food,
Oh yeah, and the main,
all over the floor, and people in the process of
in the
cleaning
serving
it up.
area. In the serving area, it was just all over. They started taping it off.
Right. And they would have probably been close to taping it off anyway, because we got
Getting
there
close.
at 8, so it
It
was
was
getting
getting
close to
close.
closing time anyway. So yeah, that was really nerve-wracking. And I got on the group chat and was like, hey, is everybody okay?
Yeah. But then we found out that there was a boat that had crossed in front. It wasn't following the. And now some people
saw it.
Some people saw it, and of course, captain came on a little bit later to tell us,
Right.
what had happened and everything was okay, back to normal. But he was just talking about how a boat had crossed in front of us, not following the sea rules, and
Thank
so
you, Britley,
they had
for-
to take evasive maneuvers to keep from
Right.
coming. I don't know how close it was, but even our next door neighbor out on the balcony said that he
He was outside when it happened.
was outside. He saw the searchlight flash on real quick, and shoot out to an area right before we did the hard turns. So they evidently it was small enough. It didn't pop up on radar early enough. I don't know. I'm guessing at this.
It was really dark and
Yeah,
foggy last
yeah,
night.
it
Well,
was
obviously
dark.
it was dark, but foggy
It was
last
dark.
night too, so that may have had something to do with it. Thank you, Britley, for clarifying. I mean, I'm just going to have to read the article.
the tour
And
fell
yes,
along.
so
Yeah.
Jemmy, light show is very impressive. Hong Kong is really neat.
Yeah.
I like that city.
I did too. I did too. The people were very nice.
Yeah.
People were very nice.
Very welcoming, which you don't get in big cities a lot,
No. But there again, we've talked about
especially
it a lot.
when you look different than everybody else.
In any of the countries I've been in, I think Leah too, the people themselves are very nice. It's when you get the governments involved and going back and forth with the other governments, that's when it gets hinky.
Sometimes.
But the people were wonderful.
Yeah.
People were wonderful. Hong Kong yes, it is a lot of fun.
Hi, Kristen.
Thanks, Brittany.
Were they
Katie.
trying to play bumper boats?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they
It
had
kind of felt like that, but no, that is not what the captain was.
We don't know the size of this other vessel.
And so the official word from from our captain too was that the ferry was outside of the proper channel.
Yeah, he just said boat. He didn't say ferry. One of the other people.
Oh, sorry, that's true.
Yeah, it was our friend that said a ferry. We don't know. We didn't see anything, and I don't know how much information. All we know is another vessel from the official channel.
We did from some of our other friends. We heard that a lot of their stuff fell off their counters and stuff. We didn't have anything fall over. So this is one of the
Everything was
nice
fine
things.
in
So
our
here for those of you who aren't veteran cruisers, being
Midship.
in midship, literally like not at the bottom, not at the top, or not too far forward and not too far back is the most stable place to be. If you're way in front, way in back, you get a lot of the ship's movement.
Yeah.
Which is also why I wanted to get away from the Windjammer, because we're on the 7th floor, which is kind of medium in terms of top and bottom, and
This is
the location is midship, roughly.
So the one thing, and it hasn't bothered us. Only a couple of times can we hear below us. We're above the casino, but
We do hear
one
them
thing
sometimes.
every now and then. But with this not being a normal 3-day cruise in the Caribbean, it's not loud till 2 a.m. Usually about 10 o'clock, we'll hear them announcing for the drawing.
Yeah, they do a drawing at 10 o'clock every night.
And when we'll hear, or we're right above the craps table.
Are we?
Yes, we are. So, and that's, we know the guy we usually hear whenever they have something big, a big roll, they, what happened?
No, sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But we usually hear when someone wins, gets a good roll, and someone evidently wins a big pot.
So, Allison, I saw that. So I had scheduled this, so I really had to go live. But as we were getting ready to get on the live, I was like, "Oh man, Chrissy's live! I want to be on her."
She's awesome. Chrissy's awesome. Enjoyed meeting her.
Yeah. So I'm curious if she's still going live. I'm gonna have to check in. I'm assuming. Well, it's still morning for her because we're still in the same time zone. Right. So I'm gonna hit her up after this and see how hers went.
Was she staying in Hong Kong?
Yeah,
too?
her and Christian were both gonna stay in Hong Kong for a few days.
I knew Christian was. I wasn't sure if Chrissy was too.
I don't. She might not have been staying as long. I'm not sure.
I think she was leaving like 2 days. Then she was gonna fly out.
Yeah. And so Joanna says, this does not surprise me. Going into and out of Hong Kong was crazy when I went. So another thing that was really, one of the things that made this one of the coolest sailaways that we've done is, in addition to the literal 360-degree skyscrapers and lights, there's a suspension bridge. And when we were coming out, the captain we kind of went towards it, and I don't know if that's a channel thing or if it was just for the view.
Oh, I think it was a channel because there was other traffic too.
Right, so there's a lot of other traffic. So I'm assuming that we were that we had pilot boats.
Well, we had a pilot and
a pilot on the ship.
I think they
maybe
said
too.
2 pilots.
Oh, 2 pilots.
I think.
Anyway, we got to go right by the suspension bridge to see that too, and so we just kind of went towards it and kind of went by it and then turned when we got to it. So
original rumors that we were going to go under it, and that didn't happen. We didn't go under it.
I don't know who said that. I didn't see any room to go under it, honestly.
I think there
was one
our
part,
ship could have fit because it's not one of the bigger ships. I think we could, but there again, there was no place for us to go.
Width-wise?
Height.
Okay, because there was a lot of stuff going on underneath that bridge.
There was plenty of width because there were tankers going into it. But I think it was kind of a dead end in there, more of a smaller bay for docking. But anyway.
So I do want to say something because I just got a message that we lost connection for a second on one of these feeds. So the internet is not the Starlink that we've been used to. We're using legacy. I believe we're using legacy systems now. I will say I've noticed an improvement this morning from what it was last night and the last couple of days when we were docked in Hong Kong.
It could also be from everyone's not
maybe
quite awake.
It may be that everybody's waking up now.
The bandwidth isn't hogged at this point.
So we are in Hong Kong time zone. Connection is in and out. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Lenny. So I apologize for that ahead of time. And thank everyone for the Vintage Melinda. Thank you very much for the love there. Thanks everyone for the love. I appreciate that.
The time zone.
Can we talk about Steve's poolside competition? Steve, would you like to talk about your poolside competition? Yes.
That was my evil twin.
We can.
That was my evil twin.
So I talked him into competing. He didn't want to. He didn't. No.
Please, no, please, no. Okay.
Yes, I'm twisting his arm, right? So alcohol may have played a part.
It had to.
In courage. In
not
gathering
courage, but in it's like when you play golf. They call it swing lube because you get looser the more you drink.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it is. You know? It didn't actually kick in till the second round, just to be sure for everybody to know. So.
Yeah, and we've decided that if they do another one of those, does everybody know what we're talking about?
Probably
the
not.
competition.
Probably not.
Probably not. So there was the sexiest. And I haven't done my video for that either. Because again, I have the best footage, and of course, my perspective is different than everybody else's, right?
Better be.
It is absolutely. So we had a sexiest man alive or sexiest man in the world.
Sexiest man of the world.
Right, competition. And, there were 5 contestants. There was
Go ahead.
Charles,
Steve,
you, a gentleman named Josh. Oh, who's the other guy's name? I can't remember. I mean, Christian, yes. So there were 5 contestants, and I'm missing one. Somebody from Kansas?
Lynn, L-E-N.
Lynn, yes.
L-E-N,
okay,
Lynn.
so Lynn. Okay, so yes, everybody, or several of you saw him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for traveling with me. Okay, so Lynn did very well, but I think he was kind of, because they started with him and then kind of talked about the rules and what, you know.
Yeah,
so
there was an interruption.
There was an interruption, and that wasn't, that wasn't really fair to him.
I went second.
And you went second, and was Christian last?
Christian was last.
Right. Or was he second to last?
He was last.
Okay.
No, was he last? Second to last?
I think Josh went after him. Anyway, doesn't matter.
He did, because he kind of copied
at
him.
legs. Christian was made for this competition.
Yeah.
So he, as far as, because what all the lady judges said was that they, like, confidence was the main thing about sexiness, right? And oh my goodness, did he bring confidence?
But yeah, he's a performer. You know, he's on the stage.
He's been complaining that a ringer
is well, hey,
ringer.
hey. He admitted, and there's actually video footage.
Oh.
He admitted that he had found socks in his bungee smugglers after the competition, and then it came out. I think as Bobby had video of him actually
putting
at the very
beginning.
At the very beginning, because he was telling us about this. They were watching the video. He was telling us. He said because he was wearing his Crocs and with socks, and so we were standing over there in the area waiting to start, and he's like, where can I put my socks? He was going to put them under one of the chairs for a minute. He said, no, I got to keep them with me. So you see him putting them in his shorts at that point.
So that's not in any of the videos you've seen so far, I don't think.
But
and I don't have that footage, so
it was hilarious.
It won't be in mine either.
It was fun. You know, I've told Christian that I've sent a formal complaint forward that he cheated and.
Okay, but if they have another competition, we've been informed that we need to get him a cowboy hat first.
So I won third, so I got the bronze medal.
Josh got second.
Yep, Josh got second, and Christian got first. Now, there's an asterisk attached to his victory on this one.
Yeah, because
performance enhancing
socks.
Socks were used, yes. No, we had a great time. It was fun. Hilarious! Oh my gosh!
I think I laughed for a solid half an hour, however long that contest lasted. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
and you could, in a lot of the videos, and certainly in my video that you haven't seen yet, you can hear Anthony laughing in the background because his voice is so.
Oh, and also Big Josh, he was in the jacuzzi.
Oh yeah. All right. We have several. So like Josh, John, Steve, Dave.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave, right? Like,
sorry.
If you can't remember a guy's name, just yell one of those, and you're probably right.
Yeah. You're close enough. You're close enough. But no, it was all great fun. We had a blast. Christian is hilarious. Great guy. It was a pleasure meeting him and getting to know him a little bit. It was fun.
You know what else we haven't talked about yet?
What's that?
Christian's going away party.
We have not.
That was not Christian's.
No.
Well, it's supposed to be Christian and Chrissy's going away party.
Yeah, but it was not.
But it was not. It was actually a bachelorette party for Shannon.
Yes, for Shannon.
And I think a couple of people have posted either videos or still photos, at least maybe on Instagram of this.
Yeah.
So her bachelorette party.
Alcohol was involved again, just so you know.
Everyone is Steve, exactly, Jimmy. Everyone is Steve.
Yes.
Which makes it easy for me. I don't have extra names to learn. So we were all set up in stations. Alcohol, of course, was involved, like you said. And we were all in stations, and each station had to build a separate part of the bridal gown out of toilet paper. So our group did the bodice, and we were a group of like 5 or 6. So that's too many people to be working with toilet paper because it's so. And you're hard about the hens party. Not seen any proof yet. Okay, so we all have video. I guarantee you that. So I'll put one up. And use fruit where the sun doesn't shine. Okay.
You didn't say what fruit though.
No, I don't think we want to know. So anyway, at Shannon's hen party, there were 6 people in our group, and we were supposed to be working on the bodice. So Renee, Daniele, and 2 of the staff members who I don't know personally were working on wrapping the toilet paper around her for the bodice.
The one girl was, one lady was one of the singers.
Right.
From the troupe.
Okay. Do you know her name?
I want to say Wendy, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
So we think
I'm
Wendy.
probably going to be wrong. So
2 apples and a banana were involved. That's awesome. It was well, I mean, as wild as you can get, you know, in basically a
Yeah.
public area
And
on the ship.
Kim Stark, yeah, hey, we're glad you're traveling. We're glad everybody's traveling with us. This is one big party for the
Yeah.
family, and
So Ina and I were on the side. So I made a bow. Ina helped me put it together, and so we just sort of stuck that in the top of the bodice, so that we got to take part. Yeah.
No new questions yet. So
JJ the Super Panda is on the live. Okay. That I wonder if that's the panda head person.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So yeah,
Legs likes the live. Thank you, Legs.
So yes, it was a wild party. When did we we got back? I don't know, around midnight or something. So not super late. We all had to get up in the morning. So that was the other thing. In Windjammer today, great. All the newbies calling them Steve. I dare you.
Excellent.
That's hilarious. I dare you.
Now, Dizzy, are you on the cruise with us, or are you on another?
Or are you telling us to greet all of the newbies by calling them Steve? I'm curious. Anyway, so what else?
Yeah.
What else fun has happened?
Well, you didn't quite go into the full festivities.
No, didn't you
for Shannon?
Right. So,
now, do you want to spoil it, or do you want to let them see the videos?
I think they should see the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revelry was.
Yeah.
Was
Chrissy left really early. Oh, so I was going to talk about everybody had to get up early the next morning. Was that the day? That was the day everybody was leaving. Because when I talked to Tam and Bobby before we left, and they were talking about her daughter and sister who were still packing to go. So
yeah.
So a lot of people had to be off the ship by like 8 a.m. Did you talk about the emergency maneuver last night? I did, but we can brush up on that again before we end the live, Jekka. Because there are some people on now who weren't on before.
Yeah.
So
we'll review it.
So Chrissy left early. She was really tired, and then lots of dancing.
Yeah, dancing.
Some silliness. Lots of there was also kind of a sexy dancing competition for the guys too.
It was.
So that'll be the hint that you'll probably see when everybody starts doing
I'm surprised someone hasn't posted it yet.
I'm surprised too.
Well, we went into Hong Kong. That was our last sailing night before Hong Kong, and everyone's been busy with Hong Kong since then.
Yeah.
So it may come out today.
It might. And so also again because the internet is not as fabulous as we're used to it being.
Yeah.
I did not.
Let me see if I can find that.
Chrissy said she did an Irish section. Yeah. So I have not seen any more karaoke sections. I do know because I talked to Bobby at one point about this a couple of days ago. And she said they probably weren't going to do a live stream. And the only reason I knew about the first karaoke was because I saw them in live. And I'm like, hey, they're in the safari. I'm going down there. Dizzy says no, but they join Azamara cruise on Sunday. Okay. Oh, man. So I had a tough time saying goodbye to Chrissy too. We actually didn't spend a huge amount of time together, but from the karaoke thing, like she started calling me Joni after that. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. For people who give me nice nicknames anyway, not mean ones, there's like this instant bond there. So that was a blast. And I had a really hard time saying goodbye to her too.
Yeah,
I was sad.
Meeting a bunch of good people. Some, obviously we got to say goodbye to a bunch of them, but
and Christian's just hilarious. Like I don't think he could be sad if he wanted to. I mean, but he's not really sad.
And we did get him to admit that he did like cruising.
He did admit that he liked cruising. I'm not sure if you heard that because he's far away from the microphone now, so he thinks you can hear him, and I'm not sure. Maybe we will see a pig.
Noises in here.
I did not see a pig. Oh, so sorry. Back to the karaoke. So, so they may have had a karaoke, but if they did, I don't know about it. But I tend to think they didn't because everybody got really busy in those last couple of days, and there was just so much going on. I think people were kind of more tired in the evenings, and it's easier to do live streams, right? Well, Chrissy and Christian had several live streams that they did together.
Yeah.
And some they did individually. So,
Maybe we'll see a piggyback ride.
I didn't get to see the podcast, so everybody was talking about how they hope they continue to do the podcasts. So together, I hope they do that because I didn't get to see the other one, and I don't think because it was live, I don't think it was posted anywhere. So I probably won't get to see them doing comedy together unless they do more. Thanks so much for liking the live. I appreciate you guys. Any other questions?
Y'all are awesome.
So Steve, if they do another Sexiest Man competition, you're going to join,
well,
right?
I have to now because I have to prove. Because Christian, he sucked all the air out of the room. He was the celebrity, and so plus he had the socks in his shorts.
Oh, it's not that they won't live stream karaoke again. She just said that they weren't going to if they did another. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So she had to be careful. She was flipping the camera back and forth too because some people were uncomfortable with being on live and some people were okay with it. So before everybody got up, you kind of had to walk by her anyway to get to where the stage was, and she'd ask, and she would flip the camera accordingly. But I would guess that's probably why.
I think Tam may have told her not to because she doesn't want to be seen like she was in the first one.
I didn't hear her say that. Tam had fun.
They may have had a conversation amongst the two of them.
Yes, that's very true. The saddest people often
she had a really good time. She was, and I don't even think she wasn't that drunk. I don't think she was just having a blast.
She was.
She cut up. Oh my God! At one point, she kind of didn't. I won't say collapsed on the floor, but she just kind of went to the floor like she was exhausted.
No, she wasn't collapsed. She was. No. She was just. She was laughing so hard she didn't want to stand up anymore.
Of course, I had to check with her, make sure she was okay.
Jimmy, you're going to a stand-up show in 2 weeks. Oh, you got to tell him that we love him.
Yes.
Sexy knee contest on some cruise lines.
Sexy knees.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Fruit basket time.
So, Jimmy, you gotta say something for us. They went down to the karaoke bar for Joanne's birthday, who's private. So they did. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. Oh goodness.
That was so much. That night. There's been a lot of. I mean, not that we haven't had fun, but uncontrollable laughter is not necessarily something that has happened a whole lot on this ship. And in the time that Christian's been here, there has been an awful lot of uncontrollable laughter.
He was the catalyst. And he says he's an introvert.
Good morning, Michael.
And then he goes out, and there again is sometimes like a coping mechanism.
Right.
But
well, and so to be fair, I think he has worked a lot on body positivity too. Yeah, so that's a large part of it.
Oh yeah, he definitely loves himself, loves his body. You know, he's very comfortable in his own skin,
which is hard for lots of people.
Yeah, but it's just the way he is. He's fantastic. Yeah, gotta love the guy. Let's see. Good morning, Michael. Hey, how you doing, Michael?
Morning, Lenny. Or welcome back, Lenny. Rachel.
Or good evening, I should say. We're morning, y'all are evening.
You need to study some YouTube videos for moves. Okay, so you need to learn some dance moves, Steve.
This body. Did you not hear what I said on there? You may not have heard what I said when I did the first interview part of it.
I don't think Jimmy did.
I don't think too many people put it on there. I said, hey, I make 60 look good.
I found it, Josh. Ugh, I would not like to switch rooms. In fact, I will tell you something else. So, for those of you who don't know, Royal has like an upgrade program called Royal Up. So if there are available rooms that are an upgrade from yours, you can bid on them.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. About changing rooms. That was the point.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when they're doing the short cruises, when they get the chance to Royal Up, they bid on whatever that upgrade is, and they get it or don't. And a lot of us have been getting the opportunity to Royal Up. It doesn't necessarily mean that there is a room available, but if there is, say if somebody cancels last minute, whatever.
It could also be how they booked it.
And no, it is. That is why.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is nobody wants to change rooms because even the people who have a chance to upgrade their room are like, I don't want to move any of my stuff, so I'm not even going to bid on it.
And also, it may be just for the one individual cruise, not the rest of the time they're going to be completely on the ship.
So the opportunity to Royal Up means that you only get you're just rolling up for the next leg, which means you would have to move back afterwards.
And we had talked about it
when we saw the opportunity come up, and I was like, no.
One, we don't want to move to begin with, but after that cruise leg, we don't want to have to. If they are they going to hold our room for us?
Right. We weren't really sure about that, and when we ask questions, we don't always get the same answer every time we ask.
Yeah. So what happens there? You're going to get a lesser room? No, you're not. You're not getting your balcony room back. You're going to be on the interior down the bottom.
I don't think that would.
I'm just saying.
But we don't
know. We don't know.
So somebody, L. Levy is asking any good singles cruises you recommend. So we are not veteran cruisers,
and we're not single cruisers. So sorry.
Yeah.
Can't help you.
No. We're not singles, right? So we're not veteran cruisers either. So even
but there are single people on the boat that we've met. Ship. And
I understand Virgin is good for singles cruises because they have ones that are like non-kid. So I'm assuming if you're looking for a singles cruise, you're gonna want an adults only one. I saw something. I think it was a meme. So take that with a grain of salt. About nude cruises. I did not know that was a thing. I would never do that. What? No.
I didn't say a word.
I'm not doing
I did not say a word. Let's see. Katie, for being on a cruise so long. You both look great. No significant weight gain. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. And like we talked about before,
we bought all new clothes.
No, they're all two sizes bigger. No, the thing is, we've been on so long. This is a day-to-day life, and you don't eat like Thanksgiving every single day of the year.
No.
So at some point, and there again, Leah did the video about the at some point, the food just is not as appealing,
same, and it's the same stuff.
It's not that the food has changed, it's just your desire has changed for the food you want, So when you're at home, you normally eat, 4 or 5 of kind of the same things each week,
But they're cooked exactly how you like them.
Hey, it's Tuesday, so it's pizza night. It's Thursday, so we're doing charcuterie and drinking wine, whatever.
Right. That's Fridays.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So Kim says Josh from Canada is on board and is buying by short segments and moves rooms on a regular basis according to his YouTube videos. Yes, we were aware of that, and that does stink. I would not be a fan.
Yeah, no. And there again, since he didn't buy the cruise, he didn't get all the benefits that came with being an actual...
Which also stinks.
It does, but, they chose and they know that they're losing stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but I'm just glad that they're getting to be on the experience with us.
Yeah. Oh, and as a matter of fact, Josh was part of the entertainment at the end of the bridal shower.
You're giving it away.
I'm just saying. I didn't say what happened.
You did too. You were.
I did not.
Never mind. Okay. Video to come soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure somebody's going to start posting today on it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Somebody
will.
I wonder. I'm trying to remember if Ina was filming. I don't know because we were in the other line. So I don't know if Ina was filming then or not. I don't know. I'll have to ask. If I see her today, I'll have to ask her. Yeah. Switching rooms is not fun.
No.
Especially, even if you had to switch on a 3 to 5 day, you bring a lot less stuff. Yeah. A lot of times you can throw it in one bag.
Yeah, but if you're continuous cruising after a 3 to 5.
But the amount of stuff most of us bring to, no.
Yeah,
I
for
would
this,
not want to do that.
No. We talked about only chance we'd move is if we're moving up to one of the big suites permanently.
Yeah, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen.
Because we're not going to get that opportunity. So, when's your next group tour from Royal Caribbean? Great Wall. Yes, the Great Wall. Jemmy is asking. So the Great Wall of China is next, and
but Taipei.
Oh, sorry. So there's a Crown and Anchor event.
Yeah. So there was the 7 that came with being a world cruiser.
If you're platinum, this is for platinum.
Platinum and above.
Yeah.
And then.
This is just Crown and Anchor.
The Crown and Anchor there's 4 of them that they had originally put in.
1 per segment.
And so Taipei is the next one of that. It says
just reach new heights. So we don't know what that is. There's a destination talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a destination talk on it today, so hopefully we'll find out. I feel like they should have designated them a cabin. I agree. Um, I know when we were booking ours, our
We could.
travel agent was going between getting a designated room and a
Yeah.
guaranteed cabin, which means you move around a lot. And
Yeah.
I don't know what she did in the background to make sure that we got the same one the whole time. But
Well-
even for us, there was a chance we might not have.
Yeah, and the one that I remember is that we would have moved each of the segments, which is the big
The four.
a quarter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not the
so we'd have to
17
move.
sailings.
We'd have to move 3 times during the cruise.
Yeah.
We'd get our originals, move for the second, move for the third, move for the fourth, and do that and get back to Miami.
So there's a price difference between guarantee and designated
Yeah.
room when
Yeah.
you cruise. I mean, that's true for all cruise lines. And like I said, I don't know what our travel agent did, but I know when she told us what she had, the end result, she said that she'd been on the phone with them basically for days arguing about stuff because they had, again, because every time you call, you don't always get the same information. And so she had called several times and gotten different information. So yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, wonder what you'll get in replacement for pyramids.
We're still wondering that too.
Well, the pyramids wasn't one of the 7.
It wasn't right. It was Petra Jordan,
Yeah,
which
Petra
to me
was.
a way bigger deal.
Yeah, yeah. We hate that we're going to miss out on it, but we understand why.
Yeah.
But
yes.
we haven't heard what they're replacing it with.
So the next one is
Great Wall.
Great Wall of China. So that is Sunday, April 7th.
Yeah.
That is when we will be embarking
Yeah.
on that trip, and I am really looking forward to that.
looking
That
forward
one's
to
a
it.
big deal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Well, they all are. They're all wonders of the world.
when we got off the ship in Hong Kong the first day, I was just kind of looking around going, we're in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, and we travel a lot, but it was like, this is cool. We're here. Thank you. Time out. Sorry, we're timing someone out. Just, can you not?
Oh, I couldn't see it.
You're blind.
Sorry.
There are no pets on board or service animals on this one.
No.
Going to Taipei 101 building, I would imagine, by the New Heights.
I'm
not sure.
I think I remember hearing that 101 at some point.
Okay. You'll have to tell me about that later.
When I was talking down to excursions trying to get it all corrected.
Jimmy said they just got back from Bali and missed this by a day.
Oh.
That stinks.
It does.
So that's been happening to me a lot. So I was supposed to meet up with a friend in New Zealand, and he and his wife were just getting over COVID, so that was a no-go from there. And on my lives, I had been talking repeatedly about, hey, I know I have a lot of friends in the Philippines. I don't know where you all are, so hit me up. And but they weren't connected with my social media. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I missed the opportunity to see 2 different people in Manila.
Yeah.
Former coworkers, and luckily, at least, we did get to see Billy in Subic Bay.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
was awesome. Oh, and Billy, I was in the back seat, and I was looking up, and I saw his
exactly.
taxi driver's license sitting up there, and I saw his last name.
Oh.
Saw his first name, William. I was like, okay, yeah, William, Billy. Then I looked at his second name was Esteban. I'm like,
so there were
you're
3
a Steve too.
So,
3 Steves.
did we hear the Houthis attacked a Chinese cargo ship? No, we did not.
Have not heard that one just yet.
I hope that's in an area we are not going to go.
Well,
All right.
I'm surprised they attacked the Chinese.
Well, I think indiscriminate attacking, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we are at about 5 minutes till the hour.
When you say Crown and Anchor, what is it? Crown and Anchor is their frequent traveler program.
Right, like airlines have a frequent flyer, they have a frequent cruiser, their loyalty program, essentially.
Yes, loyalty program.
Yeah.
And so and you earn points by being by nights on the ship,
or nights in a suite.
So from a balcony down to the lower end of the spectrum, you get 1 point per night on a cruise ship that you're in on a cruise. With the junior suite and above, you get 2 points per night.
And during COVID, they were giving
giving extras
2
to get
points
people
a night to get people to cruise.
Yeah. We missed that.
Yeah. Because we were both working. So anyway, we need to start wrapping things up because we're almost at 9.
thought there was something.
No.
Bali. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I found out that a friend of mine, one of my high school buddies, was going to be in the Philippines this week.
Oh,
Dave.
yeah.
Dave
Oh,
Whitmer.
okay.
And but he was going to be in two of the smaller islands away from the main island. So I wouldn't have seen him anyway. But you know.
Yeah. Told you, everyone see exactly, Jemmy. Okay. Entrance to the Red Sea. Okay, thanks, Katie, for letting us know.
Yeah.
Live and Believe, thank you for being here. Again, I want to say real quick, the next live is going to be Saturday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and that's going to be the Outlive chapters 5 and 6.
I'm curious where we're going to be on that day,
Yeah,
and
I
what's
looked
internet?
At it. It's a
what's
well, I don't know what
C-Day.
I don't know what the internet's going to be like.
And for those of you that didn't catch it previously, the internet is it goes back and forth between Skylink and the legacies internet providers just due to coverage.
Right. And Kelly, we go we're doing the update lives on the cruise once a week.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, Thursday evenings. That may or may not change depending on excursions, but generally we're trying to hit for Thursday evening in the United States time. And the book club lives are also roughly weekly, but those fluctuate days based on when we have time.
One quick recap, because I remember a question previously we didn't go back to, was the evasive action last night.
Okay.
After we left Hong Kong, beautiful sail away from Hong Kong, went around the south side of Hong Kong Island, and we're actually fairly clear of all of that, but evidently, and of course it was night, very dark, evidently a small boat, some say it was a ferry, we're not sure, crossed our path, and the captain and crew had to do evasive maneuvers to miss that, and so they did a hard
Bye, Katie.
turn to port
And Live and Believe.
and corrected back, and of course everything is just kind of pandemonium for a little bit, but no collision, no one was hurt that we've heard of. Food on the floor, of course. Some people said stuff in their rooms had gotten knocked over.
The swimming pool got empty.
Yeah,
and
swimming pools got emptied. Yeah,
back to normal within 15 minutes.
15, 20 minutes. Yeah. So, but no one was hurt. We haven't heard of anybody being hurt so far, which is good.
Thanks, Kelly.
But that's a quick update. I know I remember seeing the question previously, but
that's the short version of it. I imagine it'll probably come up in the next live we do. Too.
Yeah.
Unless something scarier has happened between now and then, we'll see.
may do an impromptu. But thanks.
Thank you everybody for joining.
Man, so many people we've seen. I love the questions.
Thanks, Katie.
Our prayers go out to the family of
and
those
Kim and
involved.
Live and Believe and everybody who's joined.
Yeah, our prayers go out to the families of the individuals that were in the bridge collapse.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
All right.
We all have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much
for
being here.
Mean it.
Bye.
It's an old TV thing.
Yes.
Or radio thing. I'm sorry.